Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance review right here, guys, on my lovely day off. Now today I'm gonna step back from all the new releases and I'm gonna talk about a 2024 Tom Ford release that I saw this sample lying around and I just had to test it. I liked it, and so I'll give you guys my no hype breakdown on this Tom Ford Parfum concentration fragrance. Let's go. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel as we head towards 28,000 subscribers. So please continue all your support, guys. Deep dive into my over 900 no hype videos and shop at our affiliate links, guys, as well as with the decanters that help us in our channel. Thank you so much for all your support. And the fragrance that we'll be talking about today is none other than Tom Ford Soleil Niege Parfum. Yes, Tom Ford Soleil Niege Parfum. The parfum concentration of Soleil Niege EDP that already came out, and a lot of people apparently love it, okay? So I've heard about this fragrance before, at least the EDP one, and you know, I had this sample, like I said, lying around here, and I said, hey, might as well try it. I tried it before even checking what Soleil Niege meant. But Soleil Niege basically means sun, snow, and it is basically, the concept is about a nice summery day at the ski slopes. Definitely very luxurious background right there with the snow, and of course the rays of the sun glistening upon us right here. So this is a really nice concept in my opinion, and what's really cool about it is I got to try it again before even looking at the concept, so I was pretty impressed with what I got to smell. And I know that a lot of people are fans of Soleil Niege, and being that this is a parfum concentration more expensive than the EDP, there are a lot of questions about, you know, what is so different with this, what does this smell like, and is it worth the absolutely high price tag that is, you know, it is the norm when it comes to Tom Ford. So if you are a fan of Soleil Niege EDP and you want to find out what this is about, or you just want to find out what this is about, let's go spray this thing right now. Okay, guys, now let's talk about this fragrance right here, Tom Ford Soleil Niege Parfum. Again, the concept is a sunny day at the slopes, at the ski slopes, where there is a snowy landscape. And let me tell you right here that this opening, I think, in my opinion, definitely portrays that. And again, I smelled this before I actually knew what Soleil Niege meant. And this one right here gives you a nice photorealistic snowy backdrop with the sunny rays, okay? And let me explain that to you. So the snow right here is kind of recreated using the notes of bergamot, musk, as well as carrot seed. And carrot seed, it doesn't smell like carrots, guys, okay? But carrot seed smells musky, powdery, and slightly sweet. And I would say this is the key note that creates that snowy texture that mixes in nicely with some white musks and some glistening bergamot. And so right then and there, I smelled, you know, that kind of like snowy recreation. And of course, that is flanked by some oranges that kind of represent the rays of the sun. At least in my opinion, that's how it works. And what a lovely fragrance that kind of gives you a little bit of that cooling snow effect, but then again, also nice and citrusy with some orange, some thicker orange, as well as glistening bergamot. So this is actually, this opening is the one that made me want to review this, because I thought, like, wow, what a nice representation of snow. And I know that Raja just released Isola Snow, and don't worry, I will get that. That's been getting some mixed reviews right there, but when I smelled this one, even before finding out that this is Soleil Niege, I was like, well, maybe Isola Snow would actually smell something like this. But definitely, like I said, what a beautiful representation. I think that this one gives you that cold touch of ice and snow, but then again also has the orange to give you the sun as well. Absolutely beautiful opening. Okay, now let's talk about initial sillage and projection of this one. So Tom Ford Soleil Niege Parfum has a beautiful lingering smell, okay? And I would say that the performance of this one is what a lot of people say about it already, is that it's actually consistent in the strength, okay? So I would say that the strongest part is going to be this opening to the mid. Actually, these are the two parts that it's the strongest at, and I can't complain about it. Definitely a nice lingering scent. People will catch whiffs, and for the wearer, it's continuous on the strength. Okay, now let's head into the mid of this fragrance right here. Now, in my opinion, the snow effect does last up to like a couple of hours, and that's because it's really a combination of carrot seed, musk, bergamot. I mean, these things definitely continue on. And then you have continuance notes such as white florals, you've got some orange blossom, you've got some jasmine, you've got some musks. Definitely to continue on that sweet and clean white glistening smell with these white florals and orange blossom continuing here in the mid. Okay, so this I would say is a nice continuation, makes sense with the musk. You're gonna get that snowy effect with some sweetness from the orange, and then bridges into white floral, orange blossom, and musks. Now, one of the big notes that does come in here that's not in the EDP is gonna be Turkish rose. And let me tell you that it comes at the end, at the tail end of the mid, 6 to 7 hours into the fragrance and mixes into the dry down. So in my opinion, the Turkish rose is actually part of the dry down. But most of the sensation of the mid is going to be some nice white florals and some musks, pretty much continuing on the sweet, clean, white effect from the intro right here. Okay, now let's head into the dry down right here. And like I said, I'm gonna classify the Turkish rose as part of the dry down because really it came in my opinion, at the latter end of the mid and the start of the dry down. And this Turkish rose is actually not a full-blown spotlight rose. It is actually a spicy style rose that is blended in very well with the amber that is here in the dry down. And I would say that this is actually a stage. The beginning stage of the dry down is going to be kind of like a spicy amber wood combination, which is really, really nice. I mean, it's not as thick and prominent, but you will definitely smell that spicy amber wood come in at the tail end of the mid, at the start of the dry down. So it's a nice amber style beginning to the dry down. Okay, now the next parts of the dry down is going to be your musk, woods, and vanilla. All right, and I would say that that's kind of like on its own at the tail end of the dry down. So again, as the Turkish rose transitions into the dry down, you get amber that goes with it. And then later on, at the later end of the dry down, you're gonna get some nice clean musk, woods, and vanilla. That is the dry down of this fragrance right here. Okay, so what do I think of this fragrance right here, Tom Ford Soleil Niege Parfum? So I liked it, and that's the reason why I wanted to review this. I mean, definitely this is, of course, another like musk style contender to the Byrettos out there, you know, all those trendy musky scents. But this one incorporates the glow of the sun. It incorporates oranges and a spicy amber wood towards the end. And of course, let's not forget the snow effect. So in my opinion, I mean, this is why people also love the EDP. I believe the EDP had that same concept, same style execution, and you get the same thing right here. Okay, so definitely versus other musk scents that are pretty much just subtle, sweet, musky, clean, woodsy, vanilla. You get a lot of those already. This one, again, incorporates oranges, orange blossom, as well as a nice spicy amber, like Turkish rose, like ending on this fragrance right here, which gives another dimension that to me gives this fragrance an edge over the other, just, you know, straight up clean musky scents. Okay, now usage wise, guys, this fragrance to me is a mood perfume. It's a transportative perfume. Like I said, if I knew the concept before spraying this, I would have enjoyed it even more, knowing that that's the concept, because it definitely takes you to somewhere cooler, but also with, you know, the rays of warmth. And, you know, this definitely does that. And also, it's a mood calmer. In my opinion, wearing this, I felt absolutely calm. It's very meditative, in my opinion. So definitely there's a wide range of usages for Soleil Niege Parfum, and I'm assuming it's the same way with the EDP. Now, to me, this is also a grabber, upscale grabber. This can be worn anytime you'd like, actually. You know, day or night. I don't even think it's that bad if you wear it in warmer weather. I would think that, to me, it's more of like a nice, you know, night out or day out type of perfume, which is slightly upscale because of the price, because it's Tom Ford. But definitely, if this wasn't Tom Ford, if I didn't know this was Tom Ford, I think that this is an anytime, anywhere type of scent. Okay, now here's an important thing right here, the total performance on this scent. And I've been getting, you know, mixed feedback, or this fragrance has been getting mixed feedback on what the performance is truly like in the long run. And what I can say is this fragrance, first and foremost, does have consistent sillage, lingering. You can feel the concentration all throughout. Not sure if that's how the EDP works, but to me, that was a plus right there. Now, longevity-wise though, just remember that at the tail end of the dry down, you get musk, vanilla, and woods. And it's not as concentrated as the beginning parts of the fragrance, which is the strongest, as well as the mid that has a nice orange blossom and, you know, jasmine. This tail end is kind of like a subjective thing. Now, to me, the strongest parts of this dry down was like 10 to 11 hours, but I can smell a little bit like whiffs of that musk and vanilla past 12 hours. So I think that is why some people are saying that this fragrance has incredible longevity. That is true. I can still smell these notes past 12. But if you ask me, the strongest parts of this fragrance is gonna be 10 to 11 hours. Again, with whiffs of sweet vanilla and musk past that. Okay, and finally, let's look at the cost of this fragrance right here. Is it worth a full bottle? Okay, now the Tom Ford Soleil Niege Eau de Parfum is like $240. This is $200 more at $440 with, of course, less juice. Okay, now what I can say is this, is that the pricing of Tom Ford is pretty standard. It's really like that. And I would say that if you truly like this, if you like the way that the concept was shown within the fragrance, and you can see yourself wearing this in nice daily, day-to-day or nighttime upscale gatherings, then why not? I think it wouldn't hurt to get this as a full bottle fragrance. I think it is full bottle worthy. But of course, the apprehension is going to be at the $400 price at Harrods. I think it's at Harrods that you can buy this, and of course the juice. So I'll leave that up to you. If that is up to your budget, guys and gals, then go ahead and do it. And also, this is, to me, okay, I think it is made for women. I think it can be a more femme-leaning scent. However, I have no problems wearing this whatsoever as a nice meditative, transportative scent. But definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if more women actually wear this, or those that are going into femme-leaning fragrances. If you gals love this scent right here, I'm not surprised whatsoever. And that is it. That is my no hype review on Tom Ford Soleil Niege Parfum. I'm glad I found this. Actually, I have a lot. I have probably 50 to 60 decants lying around here, and I don't know. I picked this out of the bunch, and I felt that I liked it and I wanted to review it. So hopefully y'all liked this review right here, and let me know in the comments below what you think of this fragrance, or do you wear the EDP, and you know, how do you guys or gals love the EDP versus this parfum if you've tried it. There are decants available. I got this at fragrancesline.com, not sponsored by them. I just bought it at one point in time, so I'm sure you guys and gals can get a sample through there. And that is it. I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. God bless. Take care. Peace.